Hello, Net and YouTube. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live. We're going to have peace. We're going to have love. We're going to have goodness. We're going to save the world from the bad guys. We're all going to save the world from the bad guys together. I want to apologize to all the victims of our evil tyrant, and I want to invite the goddess, Jesus, all good spirits, everybody good, everything good. I want to invite into the live to join us, to be here, to support ending the evil regime. I call this the ultraviolet lions because it's the spiritual component of this lion society that I think is going to grow and save the world. So thanks for being here to save the world. I wish we'd saved it sooner. I apologize for all of America, I guess, for not having done our part to stop the evil that we started, that we keep allowing, that we can't seem to ever put a stop to or have any even like respectful, um, respectable like opposition to. Um, I do want to support Jasmine Crockett, who's going to win the Texas primary. Today is the last day for voting, or today is election day. Today is the day for voting there in Texas. So voting for Jasmine Crockett in the Democratic primary is something I think, even if you can't do that because you don't live in Texas, you can support people to do it. I think Texas has an open primary, so even Republicans can vote for her. Like, everybody can vote for Jasmine Crockett. You can do a lot to make up for if you've voted for Trump by going to vote for Jasmine Crockett in the Democratic primary today. So, later today, or today by the time you see this. Anyway, thanks for being here. We're going to stop the war. We're going to stop the tyrants. The tyrants are all the same. They're all part of the same club. It's not just the Epstein class. I mean, I guess it is that too. But the tyrants are all part of the same club. Putin's kind of their president of the tyrants club. He's the one who seems to always be benefiting from everything all the other tyrants do. They seem most likely to kill each other, not him. It's a very gangstery kind of thing. It's very much he's got something over them so he can control them, and then he can get one of them to kill the other one, when desirable. So why they're too stupid, the tyrants themselves, Modi and Trump and Donica Petinsky and Netanyahu, they're too stupid to realize that Putin's playing them, that he's like teasing them with greater Israel, and you know it's like he's not even Trump's obviously not even buying into some like empire idea, some idea that he's going to be the emperor. Trump just seems like he's just doing it straight for Putin to destroy America. He's like, you can't be unaware. You don't knock down half the White House without being aware that you're just intentionally destroying America. Like, he's signaling that plenty of times. Thanks. And, attacking Iran, attacking Iran in this way is destroying America. It's a way of not only getting us into a war, but giving Iran and all these other people around the world um, reasons to attack us. And they had no plan. They were apparently following Israel into this, is what their excuse now is. They were following Israel, or they were going along with Israel because they knew Israel was about to attack. And this is what Marco Rubio said. Israel was about to attack, and so they had to attack in order to lessen Iran's response. A preemptive defensive attack. Like, I feel like we've heard that somewhere before. That's very concerning. I guess Putin used that one in Ukraine, but like, it seems like there's somebody else who's used that one recently. Like, America may have used that one recently, and it was suspicious at that time. So even more suspicious now. It's like, you have to attack Iran because Israel's going to attack Iran. Why can't you stop Israel from attacking Iran? Especially if you haven't prepared. Like, they obviously did not prepare for all these people, um, and that they're now trapped all over the Middle East. You can't get home. And they've told them to come home. They've instructed them to come home with commercial flights, which aren't available. So it's just now they're just, I guess, targets at the airports because everybody's there at the airports trying to get out. Like, if people understood that Trump is doing this, Donna Kupatinsky is doing this with Iran, like, they're like, we're doing it, obviously not with their leadership because he killed them, but doing it with their plan. He might not even understand the Iran part of the plan. Well, he obviously doesn't understand it, but Putin does. Putin's running both of them. So if you just look at how what they're doing is working together for a goal that is Putin's, and ultimately, will benefit Iran probably more than, well, certainly more than it benefits America. Hello. Yeah, the United States has gone completely psycho. Dragon says. Thanks, Dragon. You might enjoy my book, Puffin's Magic Dragon Fairy Tales. I wrote a book of dragon fairy tales. But yeah, I mean, it's not that we have gone psycho. I'm sitting here in America. I haven't gone psycho. No one I know has gone psycho. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody in America has gone psycho other than the leadership and, I guess, their supporters. But yeah, and they've been that way. This is just the result of having them be that way. This is the result of having an ironclad commitment to Netanyahu. That's Biden's. Saying, if you have an ironclad commitment to a tyrant, then you're ironclad locked in with what a tyrant does. And that's no way to be. But, here comes the consequences of it. There's all sorts of consequences of it. Iran was supposed to release their videos of Trump with kids if he attacked them. So he did attack them. I haven't heard anything about those videos being released yet. But, I mean, not that I would hear about them. Not that they're going to tell you that on our news here. Have you guys heard about that yet? There's only 8 of you in here right now, but have any of you heard of that side of the consequences? We've heard about a lot of the attacks that Iran has made. We've heard about a lot of soldiers we've heard about some of the soldiers that have been killed. We keep hearing about more soldiers that have been killed. Just every few hours, you hear that more soldiers have been killed than the ones they previously admitted, or they just keep killing more soldiers. Either way, it's obviously they didn't have any sort of plan, or the plan was to get the soldiers killed. So that's what Donna Kupatinsky thinks of the suckers and losers. So thanks for coming to the live. Go ahead and react or chat if you like. Game trolls? 35 grams? What? I'm sorry, I actually couldn't read from all the way back here. Who's asking? Okay, hello. Welcome to the live. Hello. We're going to go ahead and save the world. We're going to go ahead and stop the war. So, a Jezebel or a succubus? Why are 2 different people yelling these things? I don't understand Who are you guys? Identify yourselves. But thank y'all for being here. Thanks for the reactions. Okay, we gotta stop the war, right? To me, the simplest way to stop the war is to identify the causes of the war. Causes of the war, or you could say Epstein, people want to call it Epstein Fury, and say that it has to do with like a decision that Trump made based on covering the Epstein files at a certain time. Well, they're pretty soon after the attack, they're getting pretty busy blaming Netanyahu for timing the attack. They're claiming that they're just going on Netanyahu's timing. Because Netanyahu was going to attack, they had to attack as well, is their excuse. That's their cover story. Or that's exactly how it happened, or how, they were instructed to have it happen. Thanks, Muhammad. Yeah, we should stop the war. Okay, this way everybody knows who you are. Sorry about the trolls in the chat, okay? But the thing is, we're going to stop the war. We're going to stop Putin, okay? It's Putin who Trump can't turn on Putin, okay? He can't do it. He's locked in. Netanyahu can't turn on Putin. They're all doing these things because of their own evil ambitions, sure. Yeah, they have evil, they have ambition, sure. But Putin's the one directing them. Putin's the one controlling them. So if we just stop Putin, dude, like we've got this. And what do you mean? Hi. What was confusing? But I mean, we can stop any of them first. I mean, in some ways, they've stopped one of themselves. There's other people to take over in Iran, but, just like they would have other people try to take over here. Hello. And I guess they would have other people try to take over in Israel, too. But the Putin puppets don't seem to me to be catching on yet and looking at each other like, well, who's, coming after me next? Although that's the way Putin operates. Thanks. Yeah, we got a haircut, so it feels good. So anyway, support Jasmine Crockett. Make some videos and stuff, or clip the videos of Jasmine Crockett like I do. It's so super easy to do. You don't even have to go on camera if you don't want. Just clip the videos and let people see it, and then just, film anything for a second afterwards or whatever. Not even. And then, help share this content. Jasmine Crockett's got some great videos out right now. I've clipped a few if you want to look through some of my recent posts. Look for ones with Jasmine Crockett on them. Click on the original video, make a clip of it. But yeah, even if you don't live in Texas, you can help her win. Republicans can go vote in the Democratic primary, help her win. So, and then Kat Abighazali, her voting starts today too. So it's the last day to vote for Jasmine Crockett in the primary, first day to vote for Kat Abighazali. So it's a good day for supporting democracy, a good day for opposing Trump. Jasmine Crockett is, of course, calling for reining in Trump. But it's like, y'all should have been you should have been using as stringent measures as you could after they kidnapped Maduro. He's ready to show he's going to use the army in all sorts of illegal ways. So you got to go ahead and stop it. You got to go ahead and use your powers to stop him. That should have seemed obvious to me from a long time ago. Devil Doll said, "Thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate your positive message. I appreciate your comment. And thanks for being here." Yeah, um, I do believe in, well, martyrs always beat tyrants. That's the name of the life. Martyrs win, tyrants lose. Like, by the time tyrants, who are stupid people, by the time tyrants get around to martyring people, they're about done. Like, they're not long to be tyrants. And the martyrs always win and live on in history. Um, so, Donica Patinsky keeps martyring people. He martyred Renee Nicole Good and Ruben Martinez and Keith Porter and Alex Preddy and lots of other people. But those are people that we look at as martyrs, as famous martyrs in our society. But he also martyred Pope Francis, like a spiritual leader of an entire branch of Christianity. And now he's martyred the spiritual leader of half of Islam. Am I correct in that? Like, it just seems um like, what does this guy have to do? Is he gonna go kill the Dalai Lama and some other folks too? Like, what is it gonna take to get people um to understand what, you know allowing the Antichrist to continue um being the president is gonna do? You have to stop it. I can't wait for it to go away. Yeah, well, we got to save the USA, dude. I mean, we got to save USA from the greatest threat we've ever known, Donica Patinsky. I mean, it's honestly Putin. It's Putin and Trump. Donica Patinsky. Donica Patinsky and his daddy Vladdy. Greatest threat to America that's ever been. And, everybody that supports him. And they can, like, change their minds in some ways. Like, a lot of them can change their minds or wake up or stop being traitors, become American again, stuff like that. But, like, and you see some examples of that, kind of. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. They definitely should do that. But, like, you could have done that a long time ago, you know? And it's like, even the ones who kind of have done it, like Marjorie Taylor Greene's kind of betrayed Trump, but not really. I mean, she's yelling about the war now, but not really, you know? She could have stayed in office and been a vote against him instead of leaving it up to whoever they got since then. But yeah, it's very concerning. It's very much what they voted for, like this war and the people that they're getting killed. Not just American soldiers, but how many other people have they gotten killed? They're not telling you. They're not telling you all the people that they've gotten killed or all the people they've killed in Iran. They told you about hundreds of schoolgirls they killed, but they're not talking enough about it, I'm sure. Like, people shouldn't be putting up with this. So if you think that they did Iran a favor, can they return the favor? How do you feel about that? I look at it like one of Putin's puppets, two of Putin's puppets, killed another one of Putin's puppets. Shouldn't they be concerned? They're just Putin puppets. I mean, you guys are puppets of Putin's puppets if you are. Yeah, the trolls have been here. I'm sorry, Devil Doll. There's been trolls here forever. Hello, Kanye West. Oh, it's Nico. Nico's the Trump Putin. Yeah, they're trash. They're just bait, though. Trump Hooteniers are just bait for better people, for like good people. So apologize for the Trump Hooteniers being here. Yeah, sorry about the Nazis and Trump-Hooteniers and trolls, but they're just bait. And um, I don't know. In general, I curse them, but I feel like this has gone on like dump bootlickers. I mean, like I can mute them or something or whatever. They're just typical Trump Trump-Hooteniers. They're just like all other Trump Trump-Hooteniers. But I'll talk to you, Devil Doll. Don't worry about them. I like your name because it reminds me of a crush I had a few years back. Here I'm left on scene, sweeping all of the stages clean. When the curtains close, was it all just an act? Or is playtime over and we're going back to adulthood? That suburban hellhole. Here I'm left on scene, one gray detective, the other green. Dusting gardens and galleries with memories of art. I'm Exhibit A and I'm missing a part. Do you have it? Is my heart a plot twist? Thanks, Kanye West. Did they really kill 30,000 Iranians in these stupid attacks so far? I knew they killed hundreds of schoolgirls, but I hadn't heard any of those reports yet. Voting for Jasmine Crockett. Awesome. Thank you. Hell yeah. Ash says voting for Jasmine Crockett in the morning down here in Texas. Hold on, I'm pinning that comment. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. And go Jasmine Crockett and make a video post about it. Um, that's going to be awesome. I think you'll be really proud to have her as your senator and to have voted for her. I think we'll be proud to have her as our president, honestly. But you'll be part of that trajectory by helping her win the Senate in a landslide. It's going to be awesome. I hear Republicans can vote for her in the primary too. And if Republicans are ready to vote against Trump, that's the best way to do it. Go ahead and go vote for Jasmine Crockett. Or for whatever reason. You thought Candace Owens was cute? You should look at Jasmine Crockett. She's super hot. And like go vote for her. And tell people you're gonna vote for her. Do do do. That's interesting. Look, I mean, thanks for voting for Jasmine Crockett. I wish we would be freed from dictatorship. You know, we would celebrate that. I think we would certainly celebrate, and people would know about it. Um, in fact, I have some blowers ready to go to celebrate. I keep one in my car in case I get the news when I'm in my car. Yeah, we love Jasmine Crockett. She's an American hero. Um, I think that Trump always lies, right? And Iran is a huge country with lots of people. And some people in Iran probably don't like the leadership, but I think the vast majority do. or just huge numbers of people do. And so, yeah, it's a huge mistake, or not a mistake as much as it's a huge, like, sabotage of America to do this. But that's what Putin wants. It's not a mistake because Putin wants to sabotage America. Putin wants us, like, he's getting his revenge for the USSR. I mean, it hasn't destroyed America yet. It hasn't split America. Parts of America haven't left yet. But, Putin's getting his way these last 10 years or so. And you guys are going to find out. You don't think you know how many people live in America? It's about 400 million people, 450 million people or something live in America. So 80 million people who supposedly voted for Trump, that doesn't really matter. That number's shrunk down to probably 20 million, 30 million now. Like, you guys are 1 in 10. It doesn't mean that, the other 9 in 10 hate you, but about 4 in 10 do. So, you're still outnumbered 4-1 with six other, and 6-1 people that don't care so much, but they might start to care. You guys don't know what an anti-war protest is like. You're all children. You haven't seen an anti-war protest before. Anti-war protest is the real deal. All this Black Lives Matter stuff you've been seeing, all this protest for no kings, even no kings is pretty big, but all these protests for no kings or anti-ICE protests, dude, those are nothing compared to anti-war protests. Y'all wait for it. Anti-war protest brings all the other protests together, and that's when we get shit stopped. So I call it the Pillow Revolution because we can do a lot of it from bed these days. Check out the hashtag Pillow Revolution, or you can use the hashtag Pillow Revolution. Sorry if I'm not reading your comments. If you leave good comments, leave some like emojis in the chat or something so I'll notice them and read your comments. Sorry about the trolls. Sorry about the troll bait in comments. They're just low-level baiters. Very low-level baiters. They're not very good at baiting. But there they are. They're trolls. Yay. So anyway, they're probably bragging about killing people. Somebody said they killed 30,000 people in Iran so far. Like, that's terrible. They killed a bunch of school kids. They bombed a girls' school. Like, well, that's what they do. Okay, who's talking? What do you say to the women in Iran that, I'm sorry, we're blowing up your country? I mean, not we. I'm sorry that our illegitimate tyrannical leader is blowing up your country. Hello, John Wayne. Sorry about the war, yeah. But John Wayne says 90 million will vote for Trump next time. No, that's not going to happen. Like, there's a number of reasons why that's not going to happen. Someone's saying it's getting exactly what they voted for. So you voted for to kill those 6 suckers and losers? It's only 6 so far. They've killed 6 soldiers. They've killed a bunch of other people too. They killed 6 soldiers, and that's what you guys voted for? Okay, everybody's gonna get mad at you for saying that JD Vance will win in 2028. Everybody, especially the people who like Trump, they'll get so mad at you. Trolls are part of our current experience. Uneducated loudmouths usually. Let me read all your comments because you seem like a decent person, or whatever you are. You seem decent. Let me read everything you said. You said, thank you for what you're doing. Appreciate your positive messages. Trolls incoming. Dump bootlickers. They don't deserve your energy. Dems have a great chance to take over Texas. So proud of the hard work on the ground. I'm glad I went back and read that message because, yeah, dude, Jasmine Crockett's awesome. We got this. He said, BS, you were hilarious. I didn't see somebody hilarious. I'm going to have to look back through. Trolls are part of our current experience. Uneducated loudmouths. Well, yeah, they're trolls. But I didn't see BS. Oh, you're just mocking them. I see. No, there is no God, or your God is fake. The goddess is real, though. Don't worry, the goddess is real, but your God is fake. If you think Trump's going to let go of power after the FCC, I knew Trump was never going to let go of power. He didn't let go of power the first time. Like, we were all there and saw it. So, yeah, he's not going to let go of power. There aren't any troll stories. All like all trolls ever do is the same thing as that classic joke. What's the sound of waterboarding Donica Patinsky? What's the sound of waterboarding Donica Patinsky? Putin, 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 Putin. So really, all Netanyahu and Donica Patinsky can do right now, they're blaming each other, right? Uh, Donica Patinsky's blaming Netanyahu, saying he's the one who started this, and I just had to go along with him. And then, the war's going to be terrible, right? It's going to be the worst thing, one of the worst things America ever did. And, Donica Patinsky's going to blame Netanyahu for it. But who should they really be blaming? Putin. Putin's the one who put them both, kept them both in power. He said, I think your trolls are a little bit different. They're a bit different than other trolls on here. I figured trolls everywhere were the same. They're all just Nazis and Trump-Putineers. Aren't these just typical Trump-Putineers? Aren't other trolls on this platform that says there's only 4 people in here when like 6 people are actively commenting? Aren't they just Trump supporters? Isn't this what all Trump supporters are exactly like? Just a bunch of losers and racists and stuff? Bunch of Klansmen and Nazis? No, I troll idiots on YouTube and I hate Trump. What do you mean you blame the Jews? Are you just saying that to get the Trump-Putineers riled up? I think your trolls are a bit different than other trolls. Democrats pit man against his fellow men. Republicans pit man against his fellow men. Same. Wasn't Biden president from 2020 to 2024? According to most Trump-Putineers, Biden was actually Trump in a Biden mask. So, he's already had, this is his 3rd term, according to that theory. Yeah, did you want to know about Judas? I blame Putin for the Iran war. Think about it. Putin's Trump's master, right? If Putin is the master of Donica Putinsky, and Putin is the master of Netanyahu, and Putin is the master of Iran, except for maybe not because, they actually do have some religious thing going on. So Putin just had some way of like partnering with them. But, so maybe that's why they were the ones that got taken out first. But keep in mind, Putin's like a gangster. He's going to do that to the other leaders as well. Which one do you think will go first? Putin, Trump, or Netanyahu? Like that's just a simple question. What's your intuition? Who's going to go first? Who's going to leave power one way or another? Putin, Trump, or Netanyahu? How about this? Since Trump is getting so fond of just killing a leader, you think Trump will kill Putin? Let's talk about that for a second. Y'all think Trump will kill Putin? My dog, Sir God, says Trump will go first. Trump and Putin are fighting, but with people. They're not fighting each other. They're certainly not fighting each other. Okay, Ash says, I think people can be pretentious on here that people think people care about their lives. People do care about other people's lives, honestly. I don't feel that way that much, but I don't have that big of an audience, so why would I feel that way? You at least have some wacky content out here, out there, and out there ideas, so it's more entertaining. Thanks. My ideas really aren't that out there. It's like automatic citizenship for everyone, ICE contacts, life in prison for, hello, turtle duck, Epstein survivor, turtle duck. Life in prison for all ICE and all their enablers. Put them in the camps they made for us. Deport the deporters. Deport the traitors, not the waiters. Dude, they're all idiots. Goth dogs. I mean, sometimes new people will come in who aren't idiots, but the ones who are already here are all verified idiots except for yourself. There might be one. If you're not an idiot, put an emoji in chat so I'll know who you are. Bots can't do that probably, so this is like your CAPTCHA. This is your CAPTCHA test. If you're not an idiot, put an emoji in chat. There we go. See, somebody knew how to do it at least. Let's see if they're lying though. Yeah, they're lying. They are an idiot. They put an emoji in chat, so they're that smart. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Devil Doll put an emoji in chat. I may have missed some of their messages. Dump doesn't have much time left in this world, trolls. The man is sick. Face it. Dimension. He's got some weird thing growing up his neck. But I'm not trusting in that. I mean, it's fine. I don't care what causes him to no longer be the president. But, yeah, sorry about the terrible trolls. Apologize for the terrible trolls. Merkel. Who's Merkel? Have we seen any of your comments yet? Oh, you're the one asking about pink eye. I'm just a guy who was scrolling. Well, welcome, Johnny Died. Thanks for being here. You're already a lot better than the people who were in the chat previously. If you're just a guy who was scrolling, you didn't come here to harass me, you're a wonderful addition to the chat. I don't know. Also put an emoji in the chat. It says they are fighting, but with other countries like now. Trump and Putin are fighting, but with people. Yeah, it's kind of like they act like they're playing a game of Risk, but with real people. I'm glad you're here, Johnny Died. We're just talking about ending the tyrants. I think Ash says, I think Trump is impeached or goes the way of Charlie, honestly, and things will get real crazy. I mean, they've already gotten pretty crazy. They're not going to get that crazy. Like, whatever happens to him, his supporters aren't going to do that much. It's kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid. Like, there's not that many of them. They're not going to do that much. You know? Keep in mind, when it seems like there's a lot of them, like, online, there's just not. There's not that many of them out there. And the ones that are out there, in places where, like, everybody's MAGA, there's only 50 people. You know, it's just not a lot of people. Like, just seriously, don't worry about them. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. That's what old Texas Paul says. Old Texas Paul says. Old Texas Paul here. Hope your coffee's as good as mine. Hell, I hope it's better. He used to say, hell, I hope it's better. I don't know if he says that anymore. Just seems depending on who he's talking to. Anyway, so we're going to stop the war. I wonder if Muslims will unite against the common enemy. I wonder if Muslims will unite against the common enemy, and if Muslims and everybody else will unite against the common enemy. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready to unite with all the Muslims against the common enemy? Is everybody ready to unite with all the Muslims against the common enemy? I forgot to do ultraviolet lions and blue lions. So blue lions, Jasmine Crockett. We got one person voting for Jasmine Crockett in the morning. Post about it. Don't forget to post about it. Be part of history. Have your video be part of history. One of the people talking about voting for Jasmine Crockett. I saw a guy, I just saw his video of him, talking about Jasmine Crockett yesterday or the day before. And then I saw his video of I'm going to meet Jasmine Crockett. And he met her. It's like, it was awesome, dude. It's like, these are your representatives who actually represent you. It's awesome. And I was going to complain about YouTube too because, well, I won't complain about it. I'll see what your comments are. I hate Trump. I don't fuck with Islam either, bro. Well, we're fucking with Islam now. Seriously, dude. Like, it's everybody against Trump. Like, the Christians, Trump is the Antichrist. So the Christians should be against Trump, but some of them aren't. And they're going to need to betray the Antichrist Trump. But, dude, Islam should be fully against Trump by now, from what he's done in Gaza, and now from what he's done in Iran. Like, what do you need? Paul is embarrassing. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're all embarrassing. All trolls are embarrassing. Nico's super embarrassing. I can't remember. I had some weird idea that they. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Nico's not important. Frank says over 2 billion Muslims in the world and still the fastest growing religion in the world. Get over it. Well, I would welcoming Muslims everywhere to help us, Like, I'm so sorry that they killed the spiritual leader of millions of Muslims. Like, I don't know how many, but millions. Like, what the hell? And he killed the spiritual leader of millions of Catholics. Just, a year ago, 6 months ago. Like, what's it going to take? When are people going to wake up to what this Antichrist loser keeps doing? Paul. Yeah, so we want tampons in bathrooms for all sorts of reasons. I made some joke recently, was like, you realize we just completely destroyed our entire country, made all these concentration camps, and now, killed a pope and a ayatollah, all just to keep keep free tampons out of bathrooms. Like, all we would have gotten is not that stuff that I just mentioned, and tampons in bathrooms. But no, just to avoid tampons in bathrooms, we killed Pope and Ayatollah, made all these concentration camps, keeps protecting these Epstein class people. What are you talking about? What did the Epstein people do to you, Turtle Duck? Thought this was a freedom of speech channel. Yeah, I don't usually block anything. There's nothing. YouTube blocks things sometimes, but it didn't block anything you said. What concentration camps? Explain. Somebody said in the chat, what concentration camps? Explain. Explain concentration camps. What does it mean? What means concentration camps. Somebody in the chat said, what means concentration camps? What means concentration camps? What means concentration camps? Yeah, don't worry about him, Ash. He's just a troll. Honestly, like his claim to fame is that he was abused by Epstein. You know, it's just one of those. He's not somebody that matters. People that matter are not trolls. You know what I'm saying? Like trolls are the lives that don't matter. It's hard to call them lives because they could be replaced by bots. Jake, dude, you're a troll. Brett Utley says, I know what concentration. Oh, it was that guy. I know what concentration camps are, but what and where are they? What evidence do you have to support such a claim? You really haven't heard anybody else ever. You haven't heard anybody in America. This is the very first time you've heard anybody talking about concentration camps in America. This is the first time you've heard it. This is the first time that concept crossed your ear. Are you a newborn child? Like, oh gosh, I'm sorry. Paul is either a young boy or a boomer. I've never noticed anything Paul says. You supporting Islam and communism is literally supporting globalism. It's globalism so bad. Having a globe is such a terrible thing. You're not opposing anything. I'm proposing the global network of nationalists who act like they're against globalism because they're a bunch of fucking Nazi pieces of shit. Putin and his puppets. But at least Putin got some of his puppets to kill another one of his puppets, right? Just goes to show, don't ally yourself with Putin. That's not a good choice to make. Dude, Paul doesn't read books. I don't think anybody reads books. Do you read books, Double Dog? Do you have any books that you're reading? I write books. I read books sometimes. Where are the fucking camps? Where are the people they had in Alligator Auschwitz? Where are the 1,200 people they had there? Nobody knows where they are. Do you know where they are? They closed the camp, but what did they do with the people that were there? Do you know where they put the people? I'm English and I don't like Putin or Russians. So drop the accent. Dude, you're Russian as fuck. You're super Russian. What does communism and Islam have in common? I mean, communism and Islam can have in common. Communism and Islam can go together. It's like Jesus is communist. I think Islam and Christianity are pretty compatible. Who would you rather heal you at the heat of battle, Donald Duck or heat of Christ? Alligator Auschwitz. Explain. Euless, did you know the number and figure appeared in various newspapers and speeches around 200 to 250 times in the decades leading up to World War II? The number 6? What the hell are you talking about? What is wrong with you? Why can't we get any real people in here? Why is it all just trolls and Nazis? I know net and YouTube, it's stupid ass net and YouTube, but like with people getting kicked off and leaving TikTok and stuff, I thought more like good people were gonna show up. Can someone reference the video or article? Because I can be informed on alligator death camps. You're reading Siddhartha by Herman Hesse? I can't remember if I read it or not. I read Steppenwolf. It was good. Is YouTube stopping my comments? Let me see. I'll read your comments. Thanks, Ash. You said voting for Jasmine in the morning down here in Texas, bro. Awesome. I have two buddies that I work with from Iran, or from Yemen in Iran, and their dad worked in U.S. Embassy. He says all the Iranians love Trump. I wonder if people really like Trump or not. The Iranians. Most Americans do not like Trump. I have a tight friend group, 10 guys I played softball with. 6 of them voted for him and hate him now. All my friends that voted Trump regret it. Tomorrow, after the midterms, it will be very clear how many people like Trump. I'm in Texas. My friends are in Texas. Oh yeah, they're voting like hotcakes in Texas. The midterms will prove tomorrow that MAGA is on the fade. Is on the fade. Obama delayed the nuke program with Stuxnet. Learn about Stuxnet tomorrow when the Dems midterms. What will they say? It's rigged. I definitely bust a troll on here from time to time and enjoy it. I want to make a stream channel about troll stories. I think your trolls are a bit different from other trolls on here. I blame the Jews. No, I trust troll idiots on YouTube, and I hate Trump. I blame the Jews for the Iran war. I think people can be pretentious on here, and people think they care about their lives. You at least have some wacky content and out here ideas, so it's more entertaining. Putin said killing the leader of Iran was bad. Don't just start singing. I think Trump is impeached for goes the way of Charlie, honestly, and things will get real crazy. The Muslims I know love Trump, legit. Hold on, come back to your comments. I want to make a highlight. You had a lot of comments. Sorry. No, your YouTube wasn't stopping him. Or if YouTube was stopping him, I can still see him when I check your channel activity, so I can just focus on your comments. That's how it works on my live. I hate Trump, but I don't fuck with Islam either, bro. Jesus could show up tomorrow and end Trump and take the throne, and someone in a red hat would say, look, Trump set the stage for that to happen. Are you aware when YouTube blocks things? Jesus could show up tomorrow. Like, yeah, it sometimes tells me this has been hidden and I have to click it. Your comments I either just didn't miss or maybe it hidden. Jesus could show up tomorrow and end Trump and take Trump's throne. Someone in a red hat. Whitney Webb, A Nation Under Blackmail is a great book. I heard about that recently. I think she was a guest on NPR. I think. Maybe I'm getting confused with something else. Jesus could show up tomorrow. You said that. Yeah. Is YouTube stopping my comments? Now you're just repeating it to make sure. Let me see if YouTube was stopping your comments though. It looks like it was. Yeah, it looks like YouTube was stopping your comments. Like completely. It wasn't asking. Yeah. It wasn't asking if I could um to approve them or anything. It was just completely blocking them. Because you said Jesus could replace Trump or something. And YouTube got really offended. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that YouTube didn't want you to say that? That what YouTube didn't want you to say, this is what YouTube really didn't want you to say or anybody to hear you say. Oh, maybe because it was a copy paste. Jesus could show up tomorrow, end Trump, and take the throne. And someone in a red hat would say, look, Trump set the stage for that to happen. Look, Trump warmed it for Jesus's butt. Trump's stinky diaper was warming the throne for Jesus's butt. Like that. Jesus is so lucky that Trump's stinky diaper is what warmed up the marble throne for his butt. Those marble thrones get cold. But Trump's stinky diaper, ooh, it's like a Turkish bath. It's like a steam bath on that stone slab. And Jesus got to warm his buns right where Trump's buns and diaper had been. Couldn't be any luckier if... Yeah. Trump poops in himself all the time. And he kidnaps presidents and kills presidents. So why would I kill Putin, though? Like, I wouldn't have any problem if he killed Putin or Netanyahu, or if Netanyahu killed Putin or Trump Or if Putin killed Trump or Netanyahu, why wouldn't, you know, like, that wouldn't bother anybody. Neither of those scenarios. But why'd they kill that guy, the supreme leader of Iran? That seems like a really bad idea. Hi, puppet of Jews. He said, hi, puppet of Jews. That's what he said. That was the first thing he said when he came into life. Hi, puppet of Jews. Why are they so stupid? Mm. I'm sorry about the trolls, guys. I'm sorry I have such stupid ass trolls. I think because I have such stupid trolls, the other trolls come in and they're like, oh, there's stupid trolls like me in here. I should just block them or something. Oh well. Sorry, I'm almost done with the live anyway. It's already been 55 minutes. Let me see if YouTube blocked your comments, Fleckerona. I'm gonna read them all in Russian though, you dumb bitch. Fleckerona said, good morning, I'm having my coffee. LOL. They can't unite themselves. We can't agree on enemy because you are a communist, for example. Supporting communism is Islam is literally globalism. Toaster. Yulis. You're supporting Islam and communism is literally supporting globalism. You're not opposing anything. I'm English and I don't like Putin or Russians, so drop the accent. Yulis, did you get the know the number six figure appeared in various newspapers and speeches around 200 to 250 times in the decades leading up to World War II? And fuck off, I'm English. You don't like anything that opposes thoughts in your life, communist brain, your little communist brain. You're not educated on every single thing, but act like you know everything. You always deflects from certain issues. In history, by playing sports politics. I'm not sure if it's a cult, because he's Eastern European Ashkenazi, or because he's just uneducated. Trump belongs to Netanyahu and Putin. Did YouTube block my comments? I don't know if YouTube blocked your comments or not. Let me see if I can do an English accent. I don't know if I can do an English accent, honestly. It's embarrassing. I'd have to get into it. Peace, love, and good vibes, big man. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. I'm in northern England. What does that mean? What does that even sound like? Northern England? You're a northerner? I don't know what it sounds like. I'm just gonna have to do Russian for you. Greater Manchester. Oh man, so you sound like freaking Morrissey. I used to like Morrissey. Tea and crumpets. Bit of a biscuit, eh? We all sound like the same thing. Whenever we make fun of British people, we all sound like, what's her name? Henry Higgins. What's her name? Eliza Doolittle. That's what we always sound like. Whenever we want to talk like English people. Northern English have less posh accent. Oh, is it like opposite of the yeah, because you guys would start to sound more country like, huh? Like people in the South in America. No America. Okay, guys, we gotta shut down live. I almost lost track of time. Gotta shut down live. Thank y'all for being here. Let's stop the war. I like Jasmine Crockett. Post about it. Even if you don't even care, just post about electing Jasmine Crockett. Post about how you should support Jasmine Crockett and you're supporting the people of Texas. And then say, Texas isn't big enough for her. She needs to run for president. Seriously, post about that. Do you have any books to recommend? I recommend my book. I wrote a book called Puffin's Magic Dragon Fairy Tales. I wrote a book called The Book of Judas. I wrote a book called Wendy the Witch School Dropout. I wrote some picture books. Yeah, I recommend those. I recommend all the Oz books by L. Frank Baum. That's kind of my religion. But let's talk about it more next time. It's nice to meet you. Comment on my content and let's stay in touch. Thanks. Talk to y'all soon.